Hello everyone and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. My name is Lavaita and welcome to episode 6 of our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle Fall of London. If you've watched the previous episodes, you already know that this is a vampire horror game. The players and I have done lines and veils. They have a virtual X card they can use, and if we hit any of your triggers, dear viewer, you should take whatever steps you need to do to look after yourself. So I won't say any of that again. Let's meet our wonderful players. Can we start with Ghoul, and we'll work around in a clockwise motion. So it'll be Ghoul, then Floss, and so on.
Hi, I'm Ghoul. I play Lady Catherine Montague.
Hello, I'm Floss and I am playing Alice Mockingdale.
Tyson? It's a picture of the microphone.
Hi, I'm Diamond, and I'm playing Dr. Henry. Not very good with technology.
This is fine. This is and Bintak.
Hi, I'm Bintak, and I play Tommy Smith.
We are currently without Genek through no fault of their own. We cannot get their microphone working, so we will pick up with him at a later date. Okay, our coterie has survived being woken after almost 70 years of torpor. They all knew London. They were part of the cult of Mithras, but in the London they've awakened into, there is no Mithras. He is missing, presumed dead, and the vampires of London are under attack from a conglomerate of hunter organisations, the British Secret Service, the Metropolitan Police. The coterie are seeking a number of artefacts which may restore Mithras to power. They have two of those, a clay seal made from Mithras in the Middle Ages and a ceramic goblet adorned with the symbols of Mithraic mysteries used in rituals. They need three more, a Phrygian cap, I can say that word, a ruby ring and an Egyptian dagger. They survived an attack on Elysium at the Shard and have been recovering some of their own memories and some memories that are clearly not their own. As we begin, everyone's kind of in different places at the moment, so I need to be viewing a different version of the screen so I can make sure I get everyone's names correct. Sorry, I need to do a tiny bit of OBS stuff. Alice, you are staying at a Tremere Chantry sort of emergency thing that's been set up in a hotel on Liverpool Street.
I am.
You've also been developing a herd.
I have, yes.
A small group of people. Someone in your herd has left you a note asking to meet in Devonshire Square.
Oh, okay.
We'll come back to that in a moment. Dr. Henry, you have found your house.
Yeah,
And you have a ghoul called Winston.
I do.
What's been happening with you apart from that? And I'm also just riding levels as we figure this out as well, because I didn't have a level for people before.
What's been happening with me? Well, I've just been settling back into the house. You know, I've been here for a while.
It's been kept clean.
Home. It has been kept clean. He's done a good job, actually. I've rewarded him with an hour off. But he can go into his day job.
I don't think we explicitly said it. He had been sort of living at the house in one room.
Yes, I've not gone in there yet. I've not seen. I've, given him a bit of privacy.
But it's sensible to have them around during the day because they can protect you when you're vulnerable.
I have actually sent him away during the day to see if he can find any other of my kind.
Okay, well, we will come back to that as well. Tommy, you have made contact with the Warrens, and you've also been making links with some homeless people around that area.
Yes, I have.
You have... What's your hunger at just now?
My hunger is at 1.
Okay. Make a note of that. Are you staying at the Warrens?
Yes.
Okay. Again, I'm going to park that for the time being. This is just like where we're starting off. Lady Catherine, you have been staying at the flat. Do you want to talk about what happened, because we haven't got that on stream, what happened the previous couple of days?
That was such a wonderful time for my mind to go completely blank.
I can help you out if you want.
Honestly. How much detail should I go into with this?
A
Because
couple of
of
sentences I think will
Twitch.
cover it. Like, so you went looking for your
Okay.
friend.
I went looking for my friends Miles and Astrid. I found Astrid. I did not find Miles. However, Miles' apartment was torn to pieces, essentially, with signs of a fight and torture, and the ashes of a former. We don't call ourselves vampires. What do we call ourselves?
Kindred.
Kindred. On the table. However, it was not Miles. We don't know who it was, but they are the ones who gave away the location of Elysium. So we are currently trying to find Miles, trying to find who that person was, but that's less of a priority. But that is where I will be residing in the meantime.
I mean, just when your friend Astrid arrived there was a security person there who your friend Astrid made short work of.
Yes. Badass.
Okay. We should do rouse checks because it's the start of a new evening. So can you all roll a rouse check on your character sheet, please? And we'll see if anyone's got hungrier this night. I need to get my sense of your day being nighttime. Bintak succeeded. Floss has got a little bit hungrier. I should be using character names. Alice got a little bit hungrier. Lady Catherine is still as they were. Can I get a sense of what everyone's hunger is at the moment? I know we've got Tommy's is 1.
Mine's 3.
You're at 3. Okay, we may need to do something about that. And Ghoul, what are you at? Sorry, Lady Catherine.
I'm 1.
Okay. Floss. Again, I'm looking at the wrong names. I should be using your character names. I apologise. Alice, you might need to do some feeding. Do you want to do that? I'm not going to force you.
Yes, I will definitely feed.
You're going to feed from your herd. Because that's the thing you can do. You can, like...
Yes, I could do.
Meet with them afterwards. I'm not going to... How would you like to do that? You don't have to go into a long description if you don't want to, but just like, how do you imagine it going?
I think that I'm going to let on my little secret, and one of them is going to just give it up for me.
Oh, okay. So you're going to like use your fame, leverage your fame.
Yeah.
Right. We haven't given you dots for fame yet because the way this character set up doesn't do that. Can you roll me manipulation and subterfuge, please? Ideally, I'd be rolling intimidation and fame, but we don't have a level for fame because of the way these are pre-gen characters. And what I might do is go through the sheets afterwards and give you a level of fame, and because there's a couple of other things we need to add that would be useful for some of the mechanics in the game. I'm waffling to cover the time here. You got 2 successes, which is enough to get you 1 hunger from this roll. So you've told one of them that you are of the kindred and they are interested and they let you feed from them.
Super.
You can remove 1 hunger. Oh, guys, new rouse check failed. So you've got an extra hunger. Your new hunger is 1. Were you at hunger? Oh no, you did. You fed. I forgot this.
I'm
you killed someone.
I eat all the time.
You've been doing very well to keep at that hunger level.
I have risked exposure as a result, but it's been worth it.
It's working so far. Right, Alice, you're someone else in your herd, not the person you fed on, had asked to meet you in Devonshire Square at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, no, earlier than that, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's a circle of like trees with wooden benches and it's surrounded by office blocks. Nighttime is pretty much dead. Daytime is quite busy. It's not far from Liverpool Street, but this is like the financial part of the town. It's the business end of town. In the evening, there's a lot of stuff happening like on the main streets, but back here, it's very, very quiet.
Okie doke.
As you approach the circle of trees with the benches, they all face into the middle. You don't see anyone else there.
Right.
Can you give me a wits and awareness with difficulty 3, please?
A wits. Difficulty 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got 2. Do you want a willpower? You can use willpower and re-roll.
Can I?
1 die. I think so. You spend willpower and then I'm trying to remember how you do it on your character sheets. Give me a second while I look at yours. Is there a button that's like willpower reroll? Yeah. See the button that says willpower reroll? Click on that, and you're going to roll 1 die. Wait.
1?
I can count. Yeah, 1. You only failed on 1.
Difficulty 2?
You won't get 2 on difficulty 1 because you're just trying to get 1 die be a success. That was a success. I'm just it's just a success. Make sure you click off 1 bit of willpower because you've used it up. Cool. You spot someone lurking at the edge of the buildings. They're not in amongst the trees and stuff. They're lurking towards the outside of where the buildings are. There's a little sort of car park on one side, and they're hiding behind one of the cars.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna go and ask them who they are.
Give me a sec. They run.
Oh, they run. Not sure if I want to follow them.
As they jump over a fence and into like one of the buildings, you hear something tinkle onto the ground. They're too far away now for you to get after them, but you've heard that.
A tinkle?
Yeah, like a coin or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go and investigate what that tinkle was.
You don't have to spend, there's nothing against you in terms of time, so I'm not going to make you roll for this. You found a small ring. It's just a simple metal ring. There's nothing there's no insignia on it, there's no markings on it.
Okay. And this is from the coven, is it? Someone from the coven.
Someone from the coven had left you a note asking to meet you.
Okay. Well, I'll pick up the ring and I'll keep hold of the ring.
Okay. Are you putting it on, or are you just going to carry it?
I'm not going to put it on. No. Do
you want to check it over? You could check it over for occult or creepy stuff if you wanted.
Yes, could do, couldn't I?
Do you want to do that?
Yes, I will. Yeah.
Okay. Give me an intelligence and occult at difficulty 4, please. I'm sorry, making you roll a lot.
No, it's fine. It's just trying to find it all.
Do occult first, then do intelligence. This is a good roll for you, I think.
It is. It better that be.
You got 5 successes. Okay. This has got a spell on it. It's got a spell ward on it. A ward is like a location-based spell. So, you might cast a ward on your haven so that something happens if anyone walks into it. This has been done with blood magic. You recognise the style. You're not entirely sure what the ward does, but this ring does something in a certain place.
Whether I'm wearing it or whether I just have the ring on me.
Well, that'd be interesting to find out, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Okay.
It would be.
You can't tell by looking.
So I'm gonna have to put it on then, aren't I?
If you like.
Not really.
Nothing immediately happens when you do. You don't feel any different.
I don't feel any different.
Not
Okay,
here.
so I'm taking it back off to be safe.
Okay.
Then I'm just gonna pop it in my pocket, and I will take it with me.
Got you. Tommy,
Yes.
you are out amongst the people you've been making connections with. Are you still buying them food to like get in the good graces?
Yes.
And they are happy to share information with you in exchange for food. They are all in a position where they can see stuff that not a lot of people are looking for during the day. You've met a woman called Gemma the Bag Lady. That's what people call her.
Okay.
Not tremendously kind. She chose to live on the streets. She seems to have had an unhappy kind of childhood, young adulthood, and she came to associate social housing with like kind of imprisonment.
Okay.
Her neighbours didn't. They always made a fuss. She used to have panic attacks late at night, and they'd make a fuss if she wasn't loud. So she's quite happy living on the streets with a bag of her own belongings. She doesn't have to worry about rent. And she particularly sees a lot of things that people miss.
Okay.
On one night while you're out, maybe you're hunting? Would you hunt recreationally or just to like keep your hunger low or
Trying to keep my hunger low.
okay. You are enjoying the fact that you can hunt. Like, one of the things you didn't like about the party at the Shard is that a vessel was presented to you, like, on a silver platter. That's not how you like to do things. You like it to be, like, the prey, and you're hunting them, and they don't know what's coming.
Yep.
And you've seen someone that looks like an ideal target around the back of some bars, probably near... where are we putting this? Near... I'm trying to think of I had a specific bit of London in mind for this. Give me a sec. I have a list of all the venues right here. Damn it. Let's say it's near Soho, for the sake of quickness. Okay. There's a bunch of bars there. There's a bunch of back areas. You were crouched on a roof and you've seen someone down below in the back alleyway. Maybe they've just gone for a piss or something.
Okay.
You're in a position to strike. And just before you jump, you get the sense that someone's watching you.
Okay.
Can you please give me a Wits and Awareness with difficulty 3?
Okay.
Oh, nice work. Well, no, you got 4 success. It's not nice work. You rolled 4 dice. That's the first bit I saw. You got 1 success.
Yep.
You can't see any details, but you've still got that sense that someone's following you. Are you going to proceed with feeding, or
no? I am going to. I mean, I'm near something I can quickly go and hide behind that line of sight where I roughly think this person following me is.
Yeah, in my head you're kind of on a low roof, so like you could have easily jumped down to get that person, but just as you're about to, you're like, something's looking at me.
Okay, I am going to lean back and obfuscate.
Yeah.
And then once I've done that, have a look around again, see if I can see in.
Okay, obfuscate's free, so you don't need to do a rouse check or anything for that. Give me the same roll again if you can then.
Okay.
Wits and Awareness with difficulty 3.
Yep.
I'm just going to roll for that person and see if they noticed what you did. They did not. So I appreciate it's like clicking 5 things in order to make a roll in this.
No, it's fine. That's done.
That's 3 successes. Okay, there's a lanky woman on the opposite roof.
Okay.
She's kind of tall. She's wearing mismatched like socks. She's got a shirt and a tie on. Nice kind of suit trousers, dress shoes, and a grimy trench coat.
Okay. Then that's spotted her.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a sec. I'm going to basically I'm going to use Sense of Beast just to see if it's a normal human or otherwise.
Okay, synth beast. I cannot remember if that's free or not. Can you see the?
It is free.
Okay, I thought so. Just double checking. Her beast is tense. It's not in charge. It's not angry. It's not like anxious to feed. It's collected and it's present and it's looking.
Okay. All right. I mean, how far away is she from me? Is like directly opposite, or
Yeah, direct. So, like the width of a single track street. Because it's just behind a bar, so it's like where the bins and stuff are. It's big enough to back a bin lorry into, and that's about it. So a couple of meters, 3-4 meters. No, more than that.
Okay.
My brain was like 5-6 meters, more like.
okay, and there's no connection between our buildings that I could sneak around to.
You don't have Soaring Leap or anything, do you?
No.
You could probably get down if you did it quickly and moved fast. You could probably get over there before she realised, because she seems to have lost you at the moment.
Okay. Right. If she seems to have lost it, I'm going to wait for a minute and see what she does.
You see her drop down onto the street. The man that you were looking at as a potential target has gone back inside the pub. She comes down, starts looking around, possibly trying to work out where you've gone.
Okay. Right. I'm going to sneak down and try and follow her.
Okay. Give me a second. This shadowing. That's interrogation. We're not doing that just yet. Okay, can you give me a wits awareness difficulty 3, please? And I will roll her resolve and streetwise. Double check what that is. And her hunger as well, which isn't nothing. Okay, this is just rolling against yours, so I just need to see. You got. Okay, you did the same as her. I want to give you the advantage in this case because she doesn't know where you are and you know where she is.
Okay.
So how are you looking to... So she moves off. You're following her now.
Yes.
So
I'm kind of looking to where she goes.
She heads out of the alleyway and down the street.
Okay. Is this in any direction of any Nosferatu havens or anything like that, or
she isn't
just a random?
I'm just double
as far
checking.
as I'm aware.
You know what? I knew what clan she was, and I need to double check that because this is going to be potentially important. Where is that character's? Clothing. She's going off at some speed. You're going to lose her unless you kind of either get closer. You might want to try and like grapple.
I was going to try and closer, but not grapple.
Okay.
I'm just literally going to say get closer and greet her.
Give me a manipulation intimidation at difficulty 4, please.
Girok.
Oh, that's only 2.
It's only one less. What maximum I could get.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't trying to do it. I was literally just trying to say hello and stuff.
Yeah. It's about how the rest of that conversation goes afterwards.
Okay.
When you shout hello, is it shouting or are you going to come up closer?
Closer.
Okay. When you say hello to her, she turns, sees you, panics, and runs. Like, properly runs, with quite the turn of speed.
More than I can run. Fast, I would take it.
You lose her fairly quickly, unfortunately. That was one of the reasons we did the roll first.
Okay.
Okay, Alice, are you going to tell the others what's been happening? About your experience with the ring and...
Yes, I will. Where am I?
You've just finished in Devonshire Gardens, so you've just got away, you've got the ring.
And have I gone back to the Tremere Clan, or have I gone to...
You could go back to the place that you were staying, or you could like just send them a text message directly.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go back and see if anybody there can help me figure out what's going on with it.
As you're coming past Liverpool Street Station, you notice that there's more police force than there have been for a couple of days. So, like, ever since the attack on the Shard happened, it's been a little bit quieter, but now there seems to be more guards there, even though it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30, and the station will be closing soon. There's people there. You contact the others. Do you want to contact anyone in particular?
I don't know.
You could like send a group text and arrange to meet somewhere as a group.
Yeah, could do. Yeah. I'll send a group text. Let everybody know to meet somewhere.
Has anyone got strong preferences about where you want to meet?
I have no idea. Does anybody else have any ideas?
You've got any of your havens, which you might not want to tell people where you're staying, actually. You might want to keep that to yourself. Or you could go to the place at Mansion House, like the building that the printer's vault was in. That looked uninhabited.
I'll send a text message for everybody to meet us back where at the apartment with the security vault.
Who gets there first, do you think, out of all of you?
Oh, me.
Okay, as you come in, you realise that someone has broken in downstairs, and that vault, the apartment with the vault in it, is open. You can see that people have been inside who weren't you in the couple of nights since you went in there yourself.
Is the vault still locked up?
Do you want to go in and look?
Yeah.
The vault is not still locked up, and a lot of the stuff's been taken.
Right, okay. So I am going to text everybody and say to not meet me there because it's been compromised.
The rest of the building might be fine, but that one apartment, not okay.
Yeah, but if that one apartment has been found and they found the vault, they may have inspected the rest of the building.
Okay.
So I am going to suggest the hotel where we first stayed.
That is the one over towards... I've forgotten the area of London. It's not quite Wapping, but it's like below Whitechapel. Not far from the where the Olympics is going to be happening later in the year.
Yeah, down by the docks.
Is everyone else happy to meet there?
Sounds good.
I'm wary too, but we will. But I'm going to approach it cautiously.
Who's first at this building?
Not me. I make sure that I'm not on the basis of I want other people to be the canary.
I'll be there, but I'll be hovering around. So I'll be sort of unseen, hovering, keeping an eye out.
As you approach the outside, it's clear that some work has been going on in the building since you were last there. There's some electrical stuff plugged up now that wasn't there when you were there before. There's a new sets of pipes that have been left in the foyer that are going to get installed at some point later. But right now, there's no one there in the middle of the night.
Super. I'm going to cautiously enter then.
I'll follow behind now.
I'll probably be fashionably late, as would be Lady Catherine's style.
We may not be able to enter because it was locked up last time.
Yeah, I'm hazing whether I want to use Tony's abilities while their player isn't here. I could do a roll on his behalf if you want to try and break in. I think we've assessed that Tony is the best at larceny.
Do we need to break in? I mean, why are we meeting here?
Well, you're meeting there to talk, so you don't have to go inside.
Yeah.
Actually, you can just meet outside.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just hover outside.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we'll kind of find a place that's sheltered from the street and other buildings.
Yeah, it's very quiet around here in the middle of the night.
Yeah, just in case people are watching.
Tommy, just because there's some information I didn't give you earlier, you've been very much getting the impression from your networks of homeless folk there's something happening on the underground. That was where you were told you could probably get
Henry. So
it's
Henry,
not.
no.
I want to say. I'm going to make sure I get his name right because there's a character from a book series I really like that has a similar name, and I've got a real risk of getting this very wrong. In the same way that we keep talking about Robert Carlyle in Masquerade Lavaita. When that's not his name, that's the name of a famous actor. Where is this guy's name?
Richard de Worde.
Yeah, it's Richard de Worde. Thank you. His activities are deep somewhere in the underground, and you've got the impression that there's like some of the homeless people have been hearing about something happening where they've been trying to attract people down there. There've been like a couple of adverts, but you haven't been able to see one of them yourself yet. There's been like some advertisements around saying this thing's happening here, come check it out, sort of thing.
Right. Okay. That doesn't seem like an Nosferatu way of doing things.
Not normally.
No.
But just to throw that into the mix, I should have given you that right at the top of things and I forgot to.
Okay. Let's see. Well, obviously, I'm going to kind of usher them and try and get them into that line of sight and say that someone was watching and following me earlier on. I tried to confront them, but they ran away extremely fast, faster than I could run. So we best be cautious.
Okay. What do we know about them? Anything?
I knew they were a vampire, or sort of kindred, but not much more than that. They were kind of tall, lanky, reasonably well dressed within a kind of business suit, but also had a trench overcoat.
I'm just going to point out it wasn't me.
And mismatched socks for some reason.
Oof, definitely wasn't me. What a monster. Okay. Has anybody else had any other experience?
I'm going to explain about the ring. So I got a letter to meet somewhere, and I heard someone run off and heard a little jingling noise. So I went to go and have a look, and I found a ring that has been warded. So I don't know much about it other than that.
Could I perhaps using... Hang on. Let me make sure I'm not talking shit first. Could I perhaps use an occult intelligence or something like that to try and examine the ring on Alice's
You're
behalf?
welcome to give it a try. Can you do intelligence occult with difficulty 4, please?
Jeez.
It's definitely a ring. You got one success.
I examine it with my occult and intelligence knowledge. And I pass it back. Yes, you are correct. That is indeed a ring. Well done.
Might be that blood sorcery isn't your best thing.
He was rolling dice, apparently.
It can happen to everyone.
So, 2 of you have been followed or spied upon, but not managed to capture or ask the person doing so.
That's the case.
Yes, unfortunately.
I've not noticed anyone following me. Let's do a sense the unseen, I suppose. Make sure see if it's safe now, considering we know at least 2 of us have been followed.
You engage your sense of the unseen, and you can pick up a variety of things that wouldn't normally be noticeable to everyday people. You can't see anything weird or uncanny around this area. You can't hear anything weird or uncanny, not at this time of night. It's just the usual distant traffic, some people arguing, a police helicopter somewhere in the distance.
Okay, well, I think we're safe for now. I'm going to keep if I can, I'm going to keep my sense of the unseen on, just to see and make sure that if anyone does try and come within range, we're aware of it pretty quick.
Okay.
Now I'm rather slightly on edge about the fact that people are being followed. I'm going to take a bit more of a back seat again, just try and weigh up the situation a bit.
Okay. Let's see. Alice, why did you tell us to meet at the Prince's stash and then not to?
Well, I arrived there and it looks as though the apartment has been completely ransacked. I did check inside and the vault was also open, and there seemed to be many items missing from the vault that we had left there previously. So I thought to err on the side of caution in case the building had been compromised at all. That we should probably meet somewhere else. And obviously this is the only place that I could think that we all knew but was relatively safe. So
Okay. The other thing, some of my new contacts, they've identified some strange goings on in the underground. They're saying that there's kind of posters put up for people to see meet up at that location. And they say just it seems kind of strange. But it's maybe something we want to check out.
you want to go and find out what's going on?
Yeah, I think we'll just go and try and find these posters and see what it's about and see if we can get stuff there. It's currently the kind of it's another strange thing that's going on that I want to try and find out a bit more. We can't find these people that were following us at the moment, so we'll have to wait for them to come back to us. So that means we can be doing something in the meantime.
Yeah, go and do something else in the meantime and see if these people turn up again. Is everybody happy with doing that?
Sounds like a plan.
I think we need somewhere a bit more discreet for future meetups, perhaps. Is there anywhere anybody knows of?
I don't know. If only someone else had a house or something like that we could do, but I have no recollection of where I used to live.
I currently have a haven at my friend Miles' apartment. Currently hoping that he shows himself as he is still missing.
Yeah.
But would that be a good idea for a meeting place?
The one where the kindred has been met final death?
I don't think
We've changed the locks.
But it might be the joint might be being cased, so you just don't know.
Yeah, we don't know who that kindred
It
was or
might
why.
be better to meet somewhere where nobody else has been.
Solid plan. Solid plan.
But since we're trying to keep the vampires out, have you tried putting a deadlock on it?
Just a no entry welcome map.
Alice could probably sort you out with some wards, actually, if you wanted to. Ward your havens
Yeah,
you
you
think
take this ring.
later.
Take this ring. It seems to have a ward on it.
I'll take it.
The ring gets you through a ward, it doesn't make one.
Oh, it gets me through a ward. That makes... Yes, okay. That makes more sense, of course.
Perhaps some of you know somewhere in the underground that would be safe for future meets. Unfortunately, none of us have got any
But
kind of
the
house
underground
building
is a
to play.
public space, remember?
Anyone who wants to can give me a wits and streetwise, difficulty 4.
I was thinking not all of the underground is public space. Wits and street. Difficulty 4 again, was it?
Yes. Sorry, I realised that nodding might not be visible for everyone.
Oh.
I have passed with 4.
Right, Dr. Henry has passed. If anyone else is wanting to finish a roll, feel free to go for it. But I'll give the information to Dr. Henry. Okay, you've seen a couple of tube stations that aren't guarded. In the last night or so, lots of the underground stations have guards on them overnight, throughout the night. But a couple of them don't. There's one that you know of. No, it's not far from where your haven is. It's where they're doing some maintenance work, and it's unguarded.
Okay. Do you know the name of it?
Oh, God. Okay. The one thing I didn't put into writing. Give me a second, and I will.
Whilst you're getting that, I will
Casually.
suggest to everyone that this looks like a safer place. It's underground.
Mhm.
It's got some maintenance going on, but not very much. It's mostly quiet, workmen around these parts.
My
And
problem with looking it up is that it is an out-of-use tube station, and I haven't got an easy-to-use map for out-of-use tube stations. So let's assume that it's an out-of-use tube station, and we'll leave it at that for now, rather than giving it a physical location and building it on a real-world place right now.
okay, so
It'll
we
just slow things
shall-
down for the sake of a name.
Yes, that's not a problem. That's why I carried on talking. We shall call it the Mocking Station.
Fine.
And that's what I think. We should look at potentially meeting soon. But I keep to my chest that I'm anywhere near that at any other times. I don't
we
trust
might have-
these people just yet.
Well, we might as well go and check at the sewers and see if we can find out these posters that are about the beating.
Yeah, okay. I'll go and have a look.
At least that's what I'm going to do.
I'm going to tag along. I want to try and tag along more as observing. We've been apart for a few days, and I want to try and see how people have progressed. What's going on?
Okay. We're going to
Are they
the
reporting?
Brill radio station, which is on the Metropolitan line.
Okay.
I've decided. As you approach, the station is, as you remember, unguarded. There is maintenance work happening. If you wanted to get inside, you've got options there.
Is there maintenance work happening right now?
No, not in the middle of the night, but like it's all scaffolding and stuff up, and like the doors that might be open, like even if there's nothing you can get to and the ticket bits are closed, they're closed. So you'd have to break in some way, or find another route potentially.
Is it safe to assume that if we were to break into any doors down there, it's not seen as a significant thing?
I mean, it might be,
Happens all the
but
time.
if it's under maintenance, it might be that the CCTV's out. To the extent that your characters know about CCTV by now, you're probably aware that there are cameras and you want to be careful of them.
Okay.
Is there another entrance, maybe like, a secret tunnel, a manhole or something with, a ladder down to the underground
Well,
that we could maybe...
You'd be looking for the air vents. I think
Ooh.
this serve the actual underground to kind of keep the air flowing and alleviate the pressure of the chains.
Whoever wants to can give me a wits investigation on difficulty 3.
Okay.
Well, I quickly rearrange my windows so I can see everything I need to see again. We've got his Old London tube stations right now. Okay, we've got 1 roll in, 2 rolls in.
That's it. I see big building.
Yeah. You can't see an obvious way in, but you reckon if you were to smack... no, actually, you can't just smack your way into a building. Oh, maybe you could, actually. You're pretty strong. Tommy, you might be able to give it a go with your potence.
Okay.
Hang on a second. I'm dithering about whether I want to roll on behalf of Genek, because Genek could possibly break you in. But I don't want to take control of their character. Let's do it. I want them to be there. So they're going to be quiet, but they're going to have a go at breaking in. And I will do I'll double check. Okay. I'm hesitant to do too much with someone else's character, but I feel like, based on past experience, they would try and break in here. I'm just double checking. What I'm rolling for this. Oh, okay. Actually, before I force Genek to do this with Tony, I'm just going to double check Bintak what your strength is. No one else is particularly strong from memory. Just double checking this. Yeah. So you could try this, Tommy, if you want to, and I'll try it with Genek's character sheet as well. If you give me a I've lost it again. I should really have marked all this with pens or something. That's for checking it out. Strength and athletics with difficulty 5.
Okay.
And you can break down the grate that's at the front of the building. Sorry about the delay there. Okay, you've got the option of doing a willpower reroll if you want. Just seeing how many dice you rolled there. You could reroll 3 of those.
Okay. I will.
Click willpower reroll, I think.
Yep.
And set a difficulty 3, but all you need to do is get 2 successes.
Okay. No.
I mean, you could go again if you want to.
Ouch.
It depends how much willpower you want to burn.
If Genek's there.
Yeah, I'll give it
Tony,
a go.
sorry.
I'll give it a go with Tony's. Who decided to have Tony and Tommy? Just feels like you should be selling stuff on Animal Crossing.
What is this crossing of animal?
I'll explain it later. It's a thing on the internet. Athletics and strength. It's been so long since
What
I
is this
did
internet?
a roll in roll 20. No plus size modifier and difficulty is 5. And that's 55. How did that work? Like, they've got more than that. Oh, no, they don't. I should have been rolling for trying to break in. I was trying to roll for them to like physically break in. I should have done a larceny. This is what happens when I try and talk and... right. Well, what's happened there is that it's shown me every single instance of the word larceny in the whole book. Sorry, this is a large book and I'm just scrolling through it at speed. I will do a larceny, dexterity, No modifier. Difficulty. It's only 3 to break into this. No successes.
Oh dear.
Oh, this is not going well.
Is there a dice shop we can go in? Is it?
There's no one around Bintak. You could try doing the roll again without
Sure.
having to use willpower for this occasion.
Look.
I'm just going to do. Narratively, I don't want to keep it spicy right now. This is a very quiet station away from people. It's a bit out of town. There aren't going to be people passing by. Oh, for goodness sake. We're never going to get into this place. You could try just jumping it. I'll let you do that for free based on your strength and athletics.
Okay, I'll do that then.
So you've got in, and you can show the others how they can do it as well. I'm going to hand wave it because just it feels weird that this should be a roll, really, because if you can't get in here, the story can't go on very easily. So I'm going to let you get in, but we're going to do it by jumping over the fence, the barriers, rather than breaking in properly or like doing a larceny to get in smoothly. So there might be a chance you've been picked up on cameras, if there are cameras. Is everyone else happy to jump in? I'm a bit worried that we may have lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Google is around, just camera off for food.
Oh, okay, thanks. I rearranged Windows and I couldn't see Discord, so yeah, got it. You're there. Food is happening. So you got into the underground station. It's very quiet. Everything's covered in dust. The heck is it? There's clearly some renovations going on. Didn't have that. Didn't have that. You can get down towards the underground itself. There's the large tunnels on either side. You can make your way in.
Okay. Do we see any of these posters, or is it too dark to see?
You can't see anything at them. I mean, you all can see in the dark a bit better than mortals can.
Yep.
There's booths and kiosks and pallets of white tiles. Everything's kind of covered in dust.
So I've obviously still got my sense the unseen going delay.
Yeah, you do. I'm keeping that in mind. I'm just double checking what you might be picking up on. Because this is an old disused station as well, some of the stuff in there is looking quite antiquated. So like there's some booths and some kiosks that are old. A little bit eerie, perhaps.
Whilst the station is not in use, is the track.
Yeah, trains come through here, but nothing's stopped for a long time.
Okay. And is it a frequently used track? Or
It's the Metropolitan line. So yes.
Okay.
So there's like some stuff left behind. There's clearly like humans have been here. There's like crumpled up chocolate bar wrappers like behind a vending machine. There's an umbrella that's been broken and is like stuffed under a vending machine. There's some train tunnel. It's echoey. It is, as you say, dark.
Okay, I'm going to go and check out the kiosks then.
Can you give me a wits awareness at difficulty 4, please?
Sure.
The rolling has gone so well tonight. I'm sure this will be fine. Actually, some of you have had some really good rolls tonight. It's just been that awkward not being able to get into the building part.
Hopefully that's enough.
Got a 3. You hear something at the back of the room. It sounds like something's just moved out of the, like, dashed away. It's like if a rat was running away really quickly when you enter a room.
Okay. In which direction can I tell that?
It's a back wall. It's run behind, like, the tracks towards the tunnels themselves.
Okay, I am going to head in that direction and see if I can see anything.
It's gone into the shadows. Even with your ability to see in the dark, because you're, as a Nosferatu, is slightly better than everyone else is, you can't see anything in the dark. It seems to have run into the dark and vanished in there. It looked like it was kind of human sized, but it was on all fours.
Right. Okay. I'm going to head back and tell the rest what I've seen.
Okay.
And suggest we follow it.
Whilst Tommy's been doing that, I've just been having a look around to see if there's any kind of offshoots from here, any kind of like old war tunnel type thing, the type of things you find down in the
Can you then, Dr. Henry, please give me a wits and awareness at difficulty 3?
Wits awareness, difficulty 3. I will try to once I remember where my roll 20 is. There we are. And then find my character sheet. Wits awareness.
Yeah, you got to click awareness first.
Yeah.
Because roll 20 be like that.
I should stop giving me awareness because
I'm sorry.
My peripheral vision is that I've rolled.
I mean, it's kind of the default equivalent to like a.
Oh, I succeed.
You've succeeded. Fine. Okay, what you've found is some red chalk markings, and like the more you look, especially with your sense unseen on, you've just like spotted a couple of them like all over the place. They're on sort of random floor tiles. One of them's on the top of a pillar. One's on like a vacant train that stopped a couple of meters down the track. And they're all symbols look the same. There's like 3 lines creating what looks like a table with 2 legs.
3 lines. It does.
Yes, it's like a line across. Okay, like and then 2 lines going down.
An N, almost like a staple. Okay. I have no knowledge of this symbol or sign.
Well, if anyone wants to, would you show it to someone
kind
else, or would you just keep it to yourself?
No, I'm going to show this. We'll show this.
Anyone who wants to can do an intelligence and streetwise at difficulty 4. If you haven't got intelligence streetwise, I advise not bothering.
No.
Intelligence. I might actually have that myself. I think that's a reasonable one for me.
Okay. I've got intelligence, but no streetwisery.
Have you got more than 4 streetwise intelligence? Possibly not, but
difficulty 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Streetwise intelligence success. Cool.
You rolled 5 dice and got 2. That could have worked. I'm not going to. It's up to you if you want to willpower it. Thanks for rolling, Ghoul. You didn't get it either. No, it's just a weird symbol. It's weird that it's written on so many places.
I'm going to bank that in the knowledge. Remember
in fact,
that later.
No, you only got 2. Hang on. Streetwise intelligence. Yep. No, I'm not going to give you more than that right now. Sorry.
No, that's fair. From that, all I can really notice is
there are some symbols.
Ordinary,
there might be more of that later. It might become clear.
Maybe something I'll ask my ghoul to look into.
You hear a faint hello from one of the platforms. It sounds quite fancy, like hello.
Dinner.
There's a young man down there. He's wearing a green vest, a white button-up shirt. He's got light brown khaki pants and a coat that's kind of over his left shoulder. He looks a bit like a kind of student.
Human?
Yep. Looks human. If anyone wants to double check that, you're welcome to. Sense the beast would do it. Humans tend to not have a beast.
Yeah, I was going to sense the beast.
He's got a beast. It's hungry.
Okay. I'll just quietly say he's no human. He is a vampire and a kindred and hungry.
Okay.
You hear the voice echoing down as you're talking to each other. Hello.
I'm going to walk over and say hello back.
As you get closer, you can see he's got some dried blood on him. It's particularly on his shoes, and his hair. It looks like it's been gelled, but it's out of place. So like he's dressed smart, but he looks pallow. He looks sick. His skin is pale. He's got kind of watery eyes.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
Since this is all locked
Alex,
up, you had no way in here.
Sorry, Henry, can you say that again, please?
Since this was all locked up and we basically had to jump through the Olympics to get here, how did this man? How's he down here? I'm interested.
He shouts out to you as well. Hello, my name's Victor. It's very nice to finally find someone else who uses this other than police down here.
Have you been waiting long?
Well, I what's the word? I was embraced a couple of days ago, and my sire kind of fell out with the whole rest of his coterie. And I found some adverts down here, and I thought I'd check that out because it's not any fun being by yourself. And I thought if I came up out of the station, the police would get me because everyone talks about the hunters and they're trying to hunt down all the vampires. I mean, sorry, kindred.
Who was your sire?
I didn't get his name. He was some kind of artist.
Which clan was he part of? Do you know?
Toreador. He was clan Toreador.
Right.
Have we ever met Lady Catherine's friend?
Who?
That is disappeared? No, sorry, this is above table. Sorry, I've just been.
You haven't. The friend
you mean Miles?
The friend that
Yes,
disappeared,
Miles.
who's called Miles,
Yes.
is a Ventru. The other friend is
Ventru, right.
is a Toreador. Astrid's a Toreador.
Okay. Right. Ignore that then.
The thing is, I found this ad on one of the rubbish bins near Trafalgar Square. It's kind of obscure, but normally I wouldn't have even paid any attention to it. But I'm kind of in a rough spot with my other friends. They kind of abandoned me, and I saw this ad, and it said for a lonely person's club in the London Underground. And the thing is, I've been walking around here for several nights, and I can't really find the club or any other people at all. Can you help?
So, just to confirm, you were recently sired.
Yes.
And have since born out of your sire, the clan, and all of the other people around you.
Well, not the whole clan. I didn't meet the whole clan. They all seemed to have a massive panic a couple of nights ago, and they all ran off. And
very unusual for a sire to leave.
Apparently not for Toreador. They seem to do this often, from what I've been hearing. And just out of character, that is entirely true. Sometimes Toreador will just sire someone on a whim and then get very irritated with that person and leave them to it.
It's like modern dating.
They'll get like intensely attracted to one person for a while and then go, oh, actually, you're really annoying on a daily basis.
It seems nice until they move in together and then you find the real thing. I feel like this guy's going to be useless. What use are we going to have for...
Well, I want to ask him who he's been talking to, if he's been wandering around here alone.
True. We can also find out what kind of career he had.
So do you want to ask him if he's seen other people?
But yeah, he keeps saying that he's been told things. Who's telling these things?
Well, my sire told me a couple of things before he got all fed up and irritated and left. That was before I came down here.
What did he tell you?
Just about... Now, what did he say? My dear pet always has dreams. Masquerade, domain, progeny, accounting, hospitality, and destruction. My dear pet always has dreams.
Like my idea pet always has
my
dreams.
dear pet.
My dear pet always has dreams.
I say, you don't know the way out of here, do you?
I'm curious as to how you got in here.
Well, when I went down here a couple of nights ago, the station didn't have any guards, and ever since then, any time I've tried to leave, there's been police out there, sort of 24/7, all over the damn place, in every station that I've looked at. It's impossible for me to get anywhere. They'll probably think I'm some kind of terrorist.
I thought this station wasn't put guarded or policed.
Oh, is this one not being guarded? Could I just leave here?
Yeah, off you trot.
Oh, thank you very much. And he leaves.
Above table, that didn't go how you thought it would, did it?
Bye, Victor.
Oh, hang on, Victor! Victor!
Are you running after him or something?
Shouting
right.
after him.
He ignores you. He's heading up into the station to try and get out. Lady Catherine, I know you can't talk right now, but you noticed that one side of his face was covered in foundation.
Probably should have got his phone number.
Maybe you knew about Darius.
You could have known about all kinds of stuff.
It's okay, I'm sure we'll meet again.
You're now a little way down the tunnel. There's still like neon lights periodically overhead. Do you want to continue down there? Or do you want to head back into the station? I'm just going to get rid of these dice rolling up playing with them.
Should we carry on? Carry on, go and have a look what's going on.
Okay. You walk further down into the corridor, into the tunnel. And all of a sudden the lights go out, and you're left with just the lights from the emergency exit signs. You can still see okay to move around, but it's a lot darker now than it was.
Would my heightened senses help with that at all?
Yeah, you could use your heightened senses and like take in more light, be able to see a bit more clearly.
Yeah, I'll turn them on as well.
That's also free, isn't it? Or do you need a rouse
It is,
check?
yeah.
Okay, just double checking. I have got the sheet here. It's just rather than stop everything to look at it, I can just ask you because you've got it there as well. With your heightened senses, you can see that there's still a lot more shadows around. Because although you can see, it's a little bit more grey. If that makes sense, kind of like the contrast being turned down.
I'm going to turn to the others and ask exactly what are we looking for? What are we expecting to find down here? What is our current objective in this location?
I don't know. Tommy just said about some posters.
Yeah, to find out who put the posters down, find out why they're trying to attract people to the underground.
Well, that Torridor had clearly seen the poster.
Yep.
Are there posters around here? Can we see any in this location?
Not in the tunnel and not in the dark. Where's
the posters aren't working very well. If there's only,
Oh, they've been advertising like on bus stops and stuff as well.
And we do have a location where he said he found the posters.
Mm-hmm.
So we could go and look at that.
What time is it?
It's about 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. I feel like walking further down this tunnel is just going to bring no real news.
That thing you heard earlier, the thing that was kind of hunched over on all fours, there's something crawling on the wall. It looks exactly the same as it. It's got kind of ragged jeans. It's got large canines protruding from its lips. A few feet away.
Okay, I'm definitely sensing the beast in this.
Yep, very, very high beast. Lots of beast.
Okay, and I would say danger.
When Tommy points this out, how's everyone reacting? There's a creature on all fours, wearing jeans, climbing the walls with very obvious canines.
Well, I'm definitely backing off.
I'm intrigued by what is it? Does it mean harm?
I'm keeping a safe distance.
Yeah, I'm going to put myself between it and the rest of the group.
Okay.
Do I have any knowledge of it? Could I investigate from afar? Trying to determine if it's some kind of...
What pool would your investigate and intelligence be? How big would that be?
Investigation is 3, intelligence is 4.
Okay, it's a feral vampire. You don't need to roll for this because it would take less than half your pool to do it. It's a feral vampire. It's a vampire whose beast has taken over.
So above the table, can they still be of sane mind?
They can't. They're entirely beast. They're just going to operate on their worst instinct, their base instincts, which is to survive and to feed. And it's about to drop onto Bintak.
Okay, so I will say to the others that it's a feral vampire. We can tell that because I'm very intelligent and aware.
Give me a second.
Bintak, move quick.
Do you want to try and block it, Bintak, or do you want to try and Tommy, or do you want to try and move out of the way?
I'm going to try and block it because it's going to attack.
Mm-hmm. Just double checking what the appropriate role is for you for this. It's going to be dexterity athletics. Difficult.
Yep.
Well, and it's going to be contested, so you have to roll, and I will roll, and we'll see who gets the most. This thing has a strength of 3 and a brawl of 4, so I'm rolling 7 dice.
Ugh. Wait a minute. I'll roll 5 dice. Why is that?
It should be more than that.
Yep. No, it's 6 dice, sorry. Dexterity athletics is 6, so it's
okay. I was say it could be a hunger thing. Yeah, it's a hunger as well.
Yeah.
You got 2. I could still get 2 or less. 4, 5, 6, 7. What their hunger at? I need to keep track of that because I don't know what happens if a feral vampire has a bestial fail. This will be interesting to find out. 1, 2. Okay, they only got 2 successes, so you're kind of holding it, but it's also trying to scrap at you with its claws. It drops from the ceiling and it's like trying to get you, but you like push it back. It lands and kind of roars at you. You're the closest. Next closest is Henry. What are you doing, Henry?
I don't have a whole lot of ability to attack it.
Let me quickly
Could
check.
I use my scorpion's touch?
That's interesting. Let's see. How does scorpion touch work? That's a poisony kind of thing from memory.
It changes my own into paralysing poison.
Okay, so you want to make some poison with your vitae.
And I could feed it with that.
Let's just quickly... I need to grab the details on that just to make sure, because if this is going to take like 3 turns, could have killed everyone by then. Not final death, but it could have incapacitated everyone by then. Where's my note about the skills and disciplines?
You could always tell it about the guy who just walked the other way. He's a new vampire, he won't be very good.
It's possible that they've already met. Vampire can transmute some of their blood into paralysing poison capable of affecting mortals and vampires alike. That's a rouse check. Have you got a weapon that you'd be using on it? Because remember, you do have guns as well. That you took
I do,
from
but I've got the 0 firearms.
You took from the vault. I mean, not having a dot in firearms doesn't mean you can't use them. It just means that it's going to be difficult, but you can still fire a gun. It's just you're more experienced at it if you've got a few dots in it.
Okay, well...
Okay, going back to Alice for the moment. So the options you have seem to be you could like coat your poisoned vitae on a weapon or a blade, or you could spit it at someone.
Oh, right, okay, so I can spit it at the feral vampire.
If you want to try it, you can.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, do a rouse check, please. and we'll see if this makes you hungrier, because obviously it's going to cost you a little bit of blood that you'll be turning into poison.
Nope.
What'd you get?
That's good. It succeeded.
Oh, nice work. Okay, the next bit is going to be either... There's an option here of like doing something different. So, what's your blood sorcery level? 3. Can you roll me... at the top left of your character sheet should be like a little picture of some die, of a dice, I think. I'm just going to open mine so I can see it as well. To make sure I'm not telling you this wrong, because I haven't done this in a while. Yeah, you've got like a little picture of a dice. Could you don't have to put a name for the roll, but could you roll, let's see, your blood sorcery is 3 and your strength is 2. Can you roll 5 dice, please? Because I think clicking your discipline on this sheet doesn't work.
Difficulty 2.
No, it's going to be contested, so just say 2 for the time being, and it'll be based on what they roll for their stamina and composure. Which is... Oh, goodness. 5. And luckily for you, the composure is only 1. What did you get?
2 of 2.
3. Right, they got 4. So you have... How would you get the blood into your mouth? How are you going to do this? You're going to like rip a vein open or something? Or are you going to bite into your own tongue, perhaps?
Yeah. I'll bite my own tongue, yeah.
With your fangs?
Yep.
And then you're spitting it at the guy?
Yep.
Okay. It doesn't quite hit. Maybe you're not as practiced at spitting. I mean, you were raised to be good.
I am a lady.
You've got some knowledge of some vague memories of a convent. It's possible that you aren't the best at spitting, but on this occasion it just hasn't worked out for you. And there is corrosive blood on the ground, but it didn't hit the feral vampire. But that was a great thing to try.
Okay.
Just didn't work on this occasion.
Tommy, can you push him into the corrosive blood on the ground, please?
The next thing's going to be... It needs to be Henry next, because we don't have a initiative order, so I'm going from like the people who are closest. So the next closest is Dr. Henry.
Okay, so I've obviously got the pistol, which I took. I'm going to try and compose myself and shoot at it with the assumption that if I hit it, it will do some damage. If I don't, it might scare it.
It might do. That is a reasonable assumption. I'm just double checking, because I ran a whole session, like one of the hunter sessions was mostly combat, and there's a couple of bits where I messed up, and I want to make sure I don't mess that up this time. So
I think if I remember rightly.
Do you want to aim for any place in particular, or just shoot it? Because a called shot is something you can do, but it'll cost you a little bit of damage, because you haven't got as much time to make the shot. I'm
going to aim for the torso. Okay. It's on all fours.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a big surface area. I'm not far away, so it should be quite simple to hit.
Okay, give me a... what's best for you? Give me a dexterity firearms, please. Difficulty... Well, it's going to be contested, because they're going to try and jump out the way as soon as the bang happens, but we'll see how this goes. I think that's possibly a good roll for you as well, actually.
Firearms, as I say, is 0, but dexterity is 3, so let's find out.
Is it? Was I looking at the wrong chart? I was. When I say it's a good roll, it's actually a good roll for someone else. Sorry about that. Okay, you've got no successes. Do you want to use a willpower, or do you want to move on? Just go, okay, missed it, that's fine, and we'll check out how the bang goes.
No, I'm fine with that. I will take the miss. Well, obviously, we've got the bang, we've got the flash.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say stumbles, you know.
It's not scared by that. It roars at you and is jumping towards you. It's going to use its claws. It's going to do... I've lost my little card with all their stats on it. 3 and 4 with 2 hunger. Extra 1. Swap out the hunger. Do you want to try and jump out the way or anything? Actually, it doesn't matter. It failed. It didn't get enough to actually achieve it. So it jumps towards you but misses.
Is it close enough that I can now bite?
what happened at this point is actually I'm going to say it's caught a little bit of the corrosive vitae on its feet from Alice's attempted spit earlier. So there's like poison on its limbs, I'm going to say, because it's on all fours. Some of its feet, some of its hands.
Is it corrosive?
I was saying corrosive and it's not. That's a different thing. It's poisonous. Corrosive vitae is something else, and we don't think we have that at the moment. Are you responding by getting out of the way, or like, who's closest now? If people who are further back, Lady Catherine was getting out of the way, so I'm not going to. It's not that I'm not involving you. It's just that you're not at risk right now.
That's cool. I do want to quickly say though, I do have a handgun.
Do you want to shoot from a distance?
Yes.
Okay. Going to be dex and firearms, please.
Dex and firearms. Dexterity. Is that second attribute, is it?
It's going to be contested, so just roll what you get, and I will roll for the...
Gotcha.
Oh, wait a second, someone's... No, it's a pistol, isn't it? It's not like a shotgun or anything like that.
I think it's a pistol. It just says handgun.
Yeah.
I wasn't very detailed in my note taking.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I wasn't like... I'm not a guns person, and I know you wouldn't think it to look at me, but where's my note about...
Tommy took an assault rifle as well.
I did.
We'll get to that, I've no doubt. I'm just trying to find my note about how... I know I took one. So we add one to it. You've done... Where's the tracker for this person? Because I have to knock some health off. 8. The thing is with bullets and vampires is that they don't do that much troubling damage. En masse it can be a problem, but they're already dead. You've done 1 small damage. I've forgotten the proper term for it because my brain has just turned to mush apparently. You've done a little bit of damage by hitting it with a bullet. Tommy, you're closest, and I think we're back round to you at this point.
Yep. Okay. I am not going to use the assault rifle.
Okay.
I am going to get out my knife.
Okay.
Hit it with my knife.
Now, how do you want to do? Do you want to like go for a particular part of the body, or do you want to just stab at it wildly as much as possible?
No. Basically, I'm just going to go for the chest and just again the largest target, or the torso.
Okay, this is a melee. It's going to be let's say a strength melee.
Okay. Difficulty 2 or higher?
Let's say 2. It's going to be contested, so it's just a case of he's going to try and get out of the way of that.
Oh yeah. Oh shit! I forgot to do something, but never mind. I'll do it next time.
Oh no! Did you want to potence it up?
Yes.
Shouldn't really let you, but yeah, this time because I didn't mention it, and you can.
Yeah. 2 6.
That adds an extra 1, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But just
I need to a rouse check.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah,
you failed. You're a little bit hungrier.
I'm using the prowess. I think that's what I need to do.
Yep.
Yeah, so adds 2.
Yep. So if you you could roll it again with adding 2 if you like, or you can just roll 2 d10s using the thing at the top on the left. You don't have to name it. Don't worry about that part. Just click through that section and then roll 2, and we'll see how many you add to your 4.
I don't know what the thing at the top is on the left.
Top left is a thing that's shaped a bit like a D10. Just checking to see if it's visible. It's like a diamond shape. The very top of the character sheet, first page of the character sheet.
A character sheet.
You'll see some arrows that say expand if it's not there.
No, it's fine. No, I was looking at roll 20.
Oh, yeah. No, it's on your character sheet. It's next to the bit that says Whisper Roll.
Yep.
And it'll ask you for a name, but we don't need that because we know what it's going to be for. Yeah, you've done it. You've got. So we've added 2 successes to the 4 that you had. It's just a case of. Come on. Stats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then. Okay, they didn't do as well as you did, so they're taking that hit from your stab, and that's going to be. Where's my stat for the knife? Knife's quite a small deal. It is light impact. No, it's piercing. So we add 2 to the difference, which is 3. So they've done 3 of the damage that I can't remember the name of right now because it seems to be the first thing that goes out of my head.
Lethal, maybe?
It's not. It's a. It's really annoying me that it's gone out of my head, but it's not important right now. It's just basically I'm putting a line through the box rather than clicking off the box completely. Hello, Evie. Sorry, I've been missing stuff in chat. Someone redeemed Hydrate. If anyone's got something to drink, please drink it because chat demands it. Tommy. No, Tommy we've just done. Henry. You're next closest.
Hello. So I am slightly out of aggressive options. Is it close enough to just try and...
It's close enough that Tommy's just walked up and stabbed it with a dagger.
I could try to feed... How much health does it have left? Sorry, do we know?
You don't know by looking. How would you know? It doesn't look particularly wounded. It's like it's taken 1 shot and 1 stab.
Didn't know I might not. Oh, that hurt. I've got like 3 heart left.
It's not together enough to be able to say that.
Its life bar isn't visible.
No. There aren't numbers over its head.
I cast knowledge. I've not really got many options here, so I'm just going to try once again with the gun, see what happens. Maybe this time I managed to hit the
probably give me a straight
5.5, 6 foot thing right in front of me.
A Dex firearms, please.
Dex.
Mm-hmm.
Firearms. Really need to look at using some of my XP to level up some bits. Dice rolled 2. Successes 0.
You've missed.
Can I just try and twat him with the gun? just hit him with the gun.
The thing is, like, it's not like we're doing 1 gunshot fire. So if you wanted to, you could fire multiple shots in 1 go. The only reason you'd have to stop at the end of the round is like to reload. So I'm not going to make you like fire 1 shot, then go around again, then 1 shot. Like if you want to try and empty the gun into this thing, you can do that. But bear in mind, you might not want to know that you got 0.
I'll try once. So if I try another shot, I'll do the same again, do I?
Yeah.
Dexterity firearms. Okay.
Yeah. Checking that.
Oh, I hit it. Headshot.
I've remembered the types of damage. It's aggravated and superficial. Apologies to anyone who's been screaming that at me without me being able to see it. Aggravated and superficial are the 2 types, and I want to write them on a card and stick them to something.
If I was stronger, I'd just try and snap its neck or something, but I know it's not going to work for me.
Well, we've got a couple of strong folks in the coterie, so it's not out of the question. Right, you got 2, I got 1, so they didn't get out the way in time. You've hit them, and the difference is 1, but you are adding 2 to it because you fired a gun, so they've done 3 more superficial damage, and soon we'll be crossing off aggravated damage. They're clearly hurt a little bit. Maybe you hit them in the shoulder, so they've kind of lost the full use of one of their limbs.
Do I have the option for another shot?
Not right now, and I'm going to go around once, and then we're going to call it as a combat thing because I don't want to make this last like into the next session. Alice, are you doing anything else on this round? I know the spitting poison didn't work, although it was cool as hell.
I could hand you my gun and you could...
I can't hear you just now.
But I am closer now, so maybe I could try again.
If you want to, do another rouse check and then we'll roll the blood sorcery. You keep succeeding these, that's amazing, frankly.
It's good, isn't it? And shall I do the same again?
Yep.
Is it 5?
Yes, it would be it's your blood sorcery and your strength. So you're biting into... Maybe your tongue's still bleeding and you're using that. 4. All right, here we go. Let's see if it can jump out the way. That's going to be Dex Athletics, which is 5.
I mean, it's injured, so...
It's injured already, yeah. So the athletics, I'm actually taking out a die from the athletics side of things due to the injured limb. Oh. 2 successes, that's not going to do it. So you have hit it for poison. Now, I've not rolled poison before, so I need to quickly look at the stats on that. How does it work when you succeed with spitting actual blood poison at a creature? It's going to be occult or fortitude. Stamina and occult or fortitude. It's got 5 stamina and no occult or fortitude. So you're going to be doing ag damage, I think. Yep, it's gotten no success. 1 success. So you have started doing aggravated damage. It's looking not great now.
For us or for that?
For them. I mean, there's 5 of you and there's 1 of them, and it's spiky and it's ferocious, but it's going to be a challenge, but it's not going to be impossible at all. Lady Catherine, you're still a distance away, but do you want to do anything at this point? You don't have to.
Can I fire again, or is that no?
You absolutely can.
Okay, let's give that a go.
How do you... If you wanted to, you could like empty your gun into this thing if you wanted. I mean, you've got some more ammunition if you needed to, but...
Let's do it.
Okay, that being the case... Let's say you do a full reload because you've had a little bit of time while they were... while Alice was spitting poison at it.
Which is such a cool move, by the way.
It's terrifying. I've often said that Alice is potentially the scariest person in the group, that includes Dr. Henry.
Full Mortal Kombat mode.
Okay. Roll your firearms and dexterity and give yourself a +1 because you're just going to like go boom, boom, in a kind of bad boy style, just like emptying the cartridge and the clip into the creature.
So when you say a +1, is that in the pool size modifier?
Yep. And I'm going to roll dex. Pardon?
Difficulty?
Say 2 just now because it's going to be contested. It's whether or not they can jump out the way with their lessened and diminishing athletics. Oh, nearly dropped one on myself there. Right, they got 3. I've lost my windows. Okay, you got 1. You fire a bunch of shots, but the pushback of the first one, you kind of miss with the following shots.
Gotcha.
Like, you are a very learned person, you are very clever, but you have not got a lot of experience firing guns. It's not out of the question that that's something you could work on.
Sorry?
It's not out of the question that that's something you could work on, but right now, you aren't the best at firing guns.
Sounds great. Sorry for the keyboard.
That's okay. Tommy, do you want to try anything again I'm not going to go to the full round this time. I'm trying to do best of 3 because otherwise we'll be here all night.
Yeah, I'm just going to stab him again.
Again, pull out, just straight back in. Well, it's jumped around a couple of times trying to avoid poison and gunshots. Do the same roll again, please, then, and I'll do the same modified dex to try and get it away. It keeps trying to attack you, but it's not great, and it's just got no successes there at all, so whatever you do here is going to work. You got 5, and with a... Let's call this a crippling injury. I'm going to roll... oh dear. It's broken one of the other limbs. It's incapacitated. So it's alive's the wrong word. It's still there, but it can't hurt you.
If it can't move and it can't hurt us, then I think we should just get out. Just go.
Yeah. Just thinking about leaving a frenzied, damaged vampire in the human station, breach the Masquerade.
It's quite a bit down the tracks, and this is a new station.
Okay. Oh. Is it moving about still?
No, it's not. It's not really moving about. It's kind of... You could probably kick it a few times and put it into torpor if you really wanted to, but...
No, I'm just saying, does it have things like pockets, or is it just too scabby?
Does have things like pockets.
I'm going to check its pockets.
Okay. You have found a couple of belongings in a brown pouch on his side.
Okay.
There's a crumpled up advert, and it's pretty much exactly the advert that the Victor described to you.
Okay.
And there is also a small notebook, and there's several pages that have been written in it. And I'm going to show you those pages in Discord as soon as I can get the file in there.
Is there any kind of identification?
Not on this. And I'm saying it like that because it's not necessarily the case that you won't ever find out. If I did that, you can see his page of his notebook in chat on Discord. Yep. So for the sake of the audience, when one page says hunger, 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 it gnaws, it itches. Where am I? Who brought me here? What's my name? 2 rats, I found them fighting over a piece of toast. Better than nothing. Foul taste. Pigeons tomorrow, maybe. Then... De Worde is the king, and he protects us from the cruel surface people. We do not belong there, he says. We are hated there, he says. We do not like them. We only observe. We only feed. It's their fault when they enter our domain. The next one says, pain, hunger. The next one says, remember the rules of the underworld. 5 is follow the words of the king at all costs, for his knowledge is endless. 2 is never leave the underworld, for the overworld is cruel. The sun kills you and people hate you. 4 is hunger is constant. Do not let it overtake your instincts. And at the very bottom, forgetting words, forgetting name, forgetting existence, only hunger.
Okay.
Do we have any knowledge of who De Worde is?
Yes. It's Richard de Worde. That's the person they were looking for.
Yes.
He has the dagger.
That's my assumption. Who's a Nosferatu, and I was told to find them in the sewers.
Oh, get on with it.
I've been.
Alice, that ring, are you wearing it or are you just carrying it?
I am just carrying it for now, but I can put it on.
No, I'm not asking you to, it's fine.
No.
Can everyone give me a rouse check, please?
Yeah.
I'll probably fail this one now.
It's a possibility. It's always a possibility.
Hey.
Oh. I never.
2 succeeds. Lady Catherine's done okay. Dr. Henry is now at 2. Okay. Oh, I should roll for Genek, actually. Need to quickly find that sheet. For Tony. Can't remember the last time I rolled a rouse check. It's been a while. That's not doing a remorse test. Dave succeeded. Love that for him. After the time he had in the last session. Okay. I'm going to go on a little bit just to get to a better place for a cliffhanger, if that's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you notice yourselves feeling like a sudden, inexplicable, like just a little bit of hunger. It doesn't affect all of you strongly, but something's just making you hungrier in here. Further down the tunnel, there's a sort of small excavator, and there's some debris in the middle of the tracks off one of the platforms. And then further along, there's a stalled train just sitting at one of the platforms. It looks like a sort of permanent fixture. It's been there for a while.
Okay, can I head over to the stalled train then?
As you get closer to it, you can see that the back of the train is completely boarded up. Carriage is much older than the rest of the train. It looks like it's been a lot more damaged. It looks like it's been in some kind of crash, actually. The doors in the first carriage have been forced open, so there's a hole large enough for a human to get through.
Okay. I'm going to hunker down and see if I can see into the hole.
From the inside, it looks like you can see there's broken glass everywhere. The seats have been ripped out. That's about as much as you can see from the doorway.
Okay. And I'll beckon Dr. Henry over and see if he can sense anything.
I bring my senses over.
So just again, looking in the doorway, you can see there's broken glass all over the floor. The seats in that front part of the train have been ripped out. You can't see a lot more than that. The back windows have been sort of covered in scraps of newspaper that you can see on the other side of the glass.
Does it look like anything's been living in there? Or
Quite possibly.
any sign of any kind of blood or anything around?
No.
No. Any scratches? Any kind of...
For that kind of detail, you'd have to go inside.
Before I'm going to go inside, but I just want to have a look at this excavator.
Okay, it's just a
Before I
normal
do.
excavator. It's been sitting for a while.
And the debris pile, is that a part of the train?
No, it looks like they've been digging out where stuff happened when the crash happened.
Right. Okay. Then I'm going to cautiously go into the hole into the train.
So as you push the doors apart enough to climb inside, again, you've got the broken glass on the floor. The seats have been ripped out. All the seats have been arranged towards the back of the carriage. And with the newspaper clippings over the windows, it looks like it's been a sort of nest. It looks like someone's been staying there for some time.
Okay.
There's a sort of makeshift table made out of overturned seats.
Are there any signs of anybody being there recently?
Possibly, but there's no one there now.
So, okay. I now have some suspicions about the guy we let go. But I'm just going to
Is that
search.
what, Victor?
Yeah, Victor is not actually Victor. He might be de Worde, but we shall see.
What do you know about de Worde?
Not a lot.
He's king of the underground.
Do you know his clan?
Well, I know he's Nosferatu. I presume he's Nosferatu.
Victor didn't look like a Nosferatu.
Okay. Right. So I search around this thing, see if they can find anything.
Underneath the table, the one made out of chairs. There's a sort of notebook journal. There's a couple of pens.
Okay.
They've been gnawed.
Okay. So does the notebook journal look like the notebook I got off?
Yeah, I was going to say, does the handwriting
It's
match?
the same handwriting.
Right. Is there additional information wise, or because obviously this creature's
It
layer?
kind of goes into detail about his life as a train operator.
Right.
But as it goes through the last few pages, it gets more and more sort of desperate. And they describe how he suddenly woke up one day and found 2 red marks on his right ankle. And then the next day, he felt like his tea had like a weird flavour to it. And the last thing it says is, I have this odd hunger that doesn't seem to go away.
Okay.
And there's newspaper clippings all over the back wall, over the windows, covering things up.
What's on the newspaper clippings?
They're all articles about the rising terrorist threat in London. And anyone who wants to can give me a wits investigation roll. I'm not going to tell you the difficulty, just put 2 for the sake of the roll.
Wits investigation.
Mm-hmm.
What year are we in again? Sorry,
2012.
2012. I didn't forget. 4-2.
2 4s. Anyone else rolling, or?
For that, we should find out what time the train was due in at Paddington.
Looking at the newspaper clippings, and Alice and Henry both realised this at the same moment. Looking at the newspaper clippings on the wall, you can see there's something written across the back of them. And pick them up and look at them. And across the back is written in big red letters, antigen. And on the other side it says, he returns. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Didn't even know I had an antigen.
So I hope that was okay for everyone. Did everyone have...
Yeah, that's sort of just laughing at him. Yes, that was great, thank you.
Great.
That was a lot of fun.
Go around real quick if anyone's got anything they want to plug. I will put your links into the chat as we go. Floss, do
Nothing
you have
on my
anything?
end.
Sorry, you want to start actually, Ghoul?
I've got nothing to plug on my end. I stream every now and then. It's a dice roll as to when that's going to be, though.
Well, if you drop a follow, you can get a notification. And similarly, not to put words in your mouth, Dyson, are you on tonight? Are you?
No, I'm not on tonight, but I will be back on tomorrow night with some more Adam 4. I stream 5 nights a week, and you can get my classic humour and the quality of jokes that you've experienced here. I am basically just Dr. Henry.
Ghoul, can you mute while you're typing, please?
Sorry!
That's okay.
That's not typing, that's arguing.
I think the thing is, a lot of people have their mics near their keyboard. It's very easy to do. Not the first one on this channel. Has anyone else?
I'm actually having a very pleasant conversation.
It's fine.
The keyboard doesn't think so.
It's mechanical keyboards. Right, I will find my appropriate page for the next bit. Thank you for watching this episode of our game of Vampire the Masquerade. The next session will be on the 13th of June because some of us are at TwitchCon and some of us are at the UK Games Expo. The next game on the channel will be Hunt of the Reckoning on Monday the 19th of March. For info about that, please join the Discord. It'll be 11:30 PM if you're in the UK, or that's midnight if you're in Central Europe, or I have the times written down and I can't see them properly from here. 4:30 Mountain Time. That'll do. If you want more Vampire the Masquerade in the meantime, check out Memphis by Night on this channel, or our friends the Beloved Nerds have a game called A Tale of Blood and Long Roads, which needs more eyes on it. Thank you to our wonderful players. Thank you to you for watching, and good night.
Everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Night all.